How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. The Cincinnati Bengals, it's just internet rumors at this point, but they've been connected to potentially signing running back Jamaal Williams. Now again, it's just rumors around the mill. It's not the Bengals actively pursuing this guy, but the question does come up. Is this a guy, if you're the Bengals, you're going after this offseason? Jamaal Williams last season, 4.3 yards per carry and a massive league-leading 17 touchdowns on the ground for the Detroit Lions. A guy that's got a nose for the end zone clearly. And of course, we're talking with the Bengals sign a guy like Jamaal Williams. Joe Mixon's going to be gone at that point. If they're going to sign him, you're expecting Joe Mixon to be released. And Jamaal Williams is looking for around, well, we shouldn't say what he's looking for, but what he's projected around is really the $4 to $5 million range, which I think is great. $4 to $5 million or under for the running back, I think that's a great amount to be throwing a guy like this. Maybe if he could go a little less as well. I do think Jamaal Williams is, again, we've talked about this in the past, I think the secret formula that has clearly worked, I don't even know if it's a secret anymore, in Super Bowl winning teams, is you get role-playing running backs on the low. And by that I mean you get yourself a goal-to-goal running back, you get yourself a guy that can catch out of the backfield a little bit quicker, you can use on the edges, and you make sure you got someone that can block really well. Maybe one of those guys can do both. But you get those guys cheaper, the $1 to $2 million, the $4 to $5 million, opposed to having to pay one running back $3 million and another one $10 million, and then you're hurting yourself on the cap in other areas that you don't really need to be. And that's the situation with Joe Mixon right now, is how much money he's taking up for the production he's giving. That being said, let's throw numbers out here just to compare Joe Mixon's production last season to Jamaal Williams. On third and shorts last season, Jamaal Williams was averaging 4.9 yards per carry. He converted 10 of 16 attempts on those third and shorts to convert them into first downs. Joe Mixon, on the other hand, 2.4 yards per carry. He converted 11 of 26 first downs on said attempts. On second down and 3 or less, Jamaal Williams averaged 3.8 yards per carry and converted 19 of 22 attempts for first downs. Joe Mixon, on the other hand, was averaging 3.1 yards per carry and converted 15 of 21 attempts for first down, which ain't too shabby, but again, not at the rate, clearly, that Jamaal Williams was converting them first downs on. And just to throw it out there, we're talking about the second and shorts. We're going to hear. We all know about Petey Sewell being on the Lions at this point. We're talking about that offensive line of the Lions. DeAndre Swift on second and shorts, third and shorts, third and 3 or less, second and 3 or less, had a combined average of 1 yard per carry. So if you take another running back from that Lions team, you see the production just isn't there. Jamaal Williams has proven. You want to talk red zone numbers? Jamaal Williams was converting 33% of his carries inside the 10 last season for touchdowns. Joe Mixon was converting 20% of his carries inside the 10 for touchdowns. And again, I don't want to make this about comparing Williams versus Mixon and bashing Mixon. Again, Mixon's proven he can run the football, but I think it's important to recognize how much better and how good of a running back Jamaal Williams was in those situations last season, and how much it would upgrade the Bengals' position at running back in those particular situations. 17 touchdowns is no joke. And just about all of them were inside the 10. Almost all of them were inside the 5. They knew they was lining up the run to football other teams did. Maybe one wide receiver out wide, or they had everybody stacked up at the line. And this guy still found a way. He was patient to find the hole and find the end zone. And that's a big deal. I think we hear it a lot where it's like, oh, it's so obvious they're going to run the football there. Of course they were going to get stopped. But it was so obvious they was going to run the football here. And Jamaal Williams still found the end zone. I think this guy would be a heck of a pickup for the Cincinnati Bengals. Do I think this is your every down? No, he doesn't receive. He's got, what do you have, 16 receptions last season? He had 73 receiving yards. He's not a receiving back. He's not. And that just, again, makes me like this guy more. No one in this league was fooled when Jamaal Williams was in the game. They knew they was running, he wasn't a threat. They knew if he was in the game, there was a good chance they was running the football. DeAndre Swift was their pass-catching back. You could game plan with that. Teams knew it, and Jamaal Williams still produced. That's when you know you have a good running back, I think, in those situations in particular. Again, do I think he's your every down? No. But I think he can be your early down back. I think he can grind out those early yards for you. He definitely can get those third and short, second and short. Something there was times last season the Bengals did struggle with. I think he's a great upgrade. I'd love to see the Bengals pursue him. I would. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.